Hello there, you are welcome to this presentation on how to get your Duolingo test results certified and validated and, at the same time, scoring over 140 in your Duolingo English proficiency test. Your test practice is more than enough, your knowledge of the test rules as being told by others is great, and your wish to having an over 140 score is just normal and expected. But are you still wondering why you were scared of taking the test, didn't get your results certified, you scored a low mark? Well, if any of these was your worry no more as you're about to find out solutions to these. Are you aware that being oblivion to a process or just having hearsays of the process can potentially affect your confidence level and eventually lead to poor performance? That's actually the case with the Duolingo test process. I don't know about you, but I never had any idea of having to present my ID card during the test process. Guess what? When I got this point, I became frustrated. Not only did I not know about the ID card as a requirement, but also, I never saw/read any of the real test rules. Forget about what you're being told by others, you'll have been given approximated responses to some of these rules. In this video, you'll have the opportunity to be presented with screencasts of test rules and be served with some tricks to get your ID card verified quickly without having to go through any frustrations as I did. Disclaimer: the video does not present on all the processes and test rules you will encounter, but is considered a major step to help you get or have helped you gotten your results certified and scoring over 140.
Hi, you're welcome. And then just continuing and then reiterating some of the points being read by the AI, I do see that the English Duolingo test process is something that if you have the opportunity to get a video like this, you can easily bag a 140 plus score and then having that result certified at once. Not having the opportunity would maybe cause you to score either a lower mark or not having your results certified, as I was a victim. My results actually wasn't certified at the beginning. So I don't want those of my colleagues who are yet to go through the process to go through the same ordeal, but rather we'll use this as an opportunity to create this fantastic video for you to just have a feel of the process and then some of the rules realistically and concretely, because these are things that you would actually see the rules for yourself. No one is reading them, no one is interpreting them to you, but you yourself having a feel of those rules or processes. So to begin with, when you are starting the process, the first process you are coming across is the requirements they would need. Here you are required to present your passport, either your passport, driver license, or any government ID card. You are supposed to ensure that you are having 1 hour for this test, reliable internet connection, quiet place, and then a computer at that whose camera is from the front camera is actually working. So you are supposed to provide or make sure that all of these requirements are met before you start the test. The second process is you consent to their data collection policy. Here is where they would have demanded for some of your biometric data, and then as well as your head shot as well. So they would want to ensure that you would consent to it before they proceed with the process. Of course, who would pay $49 and then will not consent to it, so you did get the consent. And then one thing you need to take note of there, they would have told you that your data or biometric data will stay with them for no more than 3 years. It means that after 3 years, they would have cleared everything from their system. Now the next stage is just where you are the point whereby you start to giving them your data, and then the first of it is you giving them your headshot, and then at this point it requires that you stay in a clean background, ensuring that there are no things at the background. As you can see at where I'm recording this video, you see something at the background there, something of that sort is not needed when you are taking the English Duolingo test. Ensure that you are having a clean background aspect. you can see on the screen. Now the next stage is where you would also be taking the photo of your ID, and then at this point you have to ensure that your ID is horizontally balanced anytime you are taking the photo. In this case, I was presenting my national ID, so this case you take front and then back. Now at this point, when I go to this at this point I was a bit frustrated because somehow the system was learning. This is an AI system, and then, for most of the time when you take it once, it may not happen, twice it may not happen, the third time it may happen for you. And then because of that, when you get to this, it can be a bit frustrating for you, just so that you become aware of the process. So when you want to avoid that, when you get to this process, just accept that you may face some rejection. So the best thing is to try to just have that fair mindset of failing fast and then trying again. At this point, it will allow you to feed in your data many times, and then the system will get familiar with you, and then you'll be able to overcome this difficulty and then get your data validated and then verified for you. Okay, so this is one of the problems that I face, and then my data not getting verified, and then this is the error message that was presented with. So this is where you would also be providing something like your first language of expressions, and then your gender. Here is talking about the external application. Those of you who may have gone through the process are a bit familiar with this, where they would require that all browsers are closed, no typing suggestions whatsoever, that you ensure that you enable all of those features or functionalities before you start the test process. Okay, so the other aspect is you not having a mobile phone or a book by your side, but then ensuring that all of these things are distance from you. Do not fall victim as I did, where when I started the process or to try for the first time to take the test, I had my mobile phone rang in the process, and then I had to quit the test. So do not fall victim of that. Ensure that your phones are completely away from you, and then of course, if they are staying in the room, ensure that they are in silence mode as well, so that they do not ring to disturb you at any point in time. What I would even advise is that if you could make it possible, ensure that it's even off in the first place. Now the next thing will have to do with you not talking during the test process. You only talk when you are required to talk. For some of the staff, they would ask you to read. In that case, you will have no option but to talk. And then in some cases, you would only need to do some selections of words that are English. Because of that, during the process, one is set times when you are actually going to do writing, and then you are seen talking. Definitely they will cancel your results. So do not talk when you are not supposed to talk. You only talk when you are instructed. Now the next stage will have to do with you not just memorizing stuff, but then try to be as real as yourself at the very moment you are taking the test, so that it doesn't seem as though you've just memorized stuff and then you are reading out. Be as yourself as possible, so that you are able to see things without necessarily being the case of like we've read those stuff over and over again, and then you want to pour it out. For that, they would cancel your results, so do not fall victim. The next thing is you always making sure that you stay within the window of what working area, always all the time. Do not exit the window under no circumstance. Make sure that you stay up until the end. Now the other aspect is, as you can see in this video, I am fully visible with both ears, seeing clearly, So when you're also taking the test, you have to ensure that this is what followed. You sit vertically up with your head up, then you are seen with both ears at every point in time. So this is where you would also need to accept their terms and conditions. So you need to ensure that all these 5 boxes are checked before you can continue to the next process. As I am having here, those boxes have been marked before I continued. Now this is where the final of the test taking process. At this very moment, before you would have clicked on the start button, if you want to take your water, you make sure that you shape before you take, because as soon as you click on that, yes, you've started the process and you cannot do any other thing. That's the last thing. Now the other thing I want to talk about is when you are doing the test process, at every point, ensure that it is as spontaneous as possible, so that you are not timed out. This is an AI, and then you don't rest for more than 1 minute 30 seconds at any test process. So you need to be as quick as possible so that you are not kicked out or timed out, because you can be timed out. And then timing out doesn't mean that you failed the test or whatever, just that the process has terminated and then you're going to restart all over again. So when I saw it for the first time, I was frustrated, but I got to realize that it wasn't anything. It was one of those stuff that when you are staying, then the window is becoming inactive, then they time you out and kick you out, then you have to start all over. So if you're someone who would also be frustrated, ensure that you are spontaneous as possible so that you don't fall into that crime. Okay, so this is just a receipt of some message confirming that your test was under review or is under review. So the red bar up there you are seeing will not have been completely filled if it were the case that my test is still uploading. You would have been seeing the process was running. So therefore, you have to watch out to ensure that this is completely full, to show that it's complete before you click on the done and then exit out of the text window. So that's it basically. I hope this video helps you be able to score 140 plus in your test, and then of course have this result certified once, not having to repeat it a number of times or whatever, not having to go through frustrations, not having your test cancelled, but then having all of this done once and then scoring the mark that you so desire. And then for those of us who may have gone through the process and then faced 1 or 2 difficulties, you may also comment on this video letting us know what were your frustrations, and then we see how best we can fix things and then help those of our colleagues who are here to join the process. And I thank you very much for listening to my video. If it's that helpful, consider liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing this video to every other soul so that they can also have the benefit of this show. Thank you, and then hope to see you in my subsequent episodes. Bye.